What's up, guys? Super Doe Killer here with SDK Streaming. We all remember the days of the Titans, and we remember the gods of Theros. Kaladesh brought us something a little different. Kaladesh give us the Gearhulks. Big, hulking artifact monsters that do different things when they enter the battlefield, whether it's let you cast an instant for free, or it kills a creature, you gain life, or you draw cards, or you destroy everything. Distribute counters. They all did something when they entered the battlefield. Some of them have become more popular than others. Some of them have just fell off altogether. What I have for you is a deck tech that's going to give you the best of probably 3 out of the top 4. We're going to be talking about Grixis Gearhulks, black, red, blue, and it's going to take advantage of the creatures a little bit. It's going to let you use their abilities in ways that you might not have thought of. Maybe you have, maybe you hadn't. So let's just get right into it. So Grixis Gearhulks is probably, of course, number one. It's going to carry 4 torrential Gearhulks. You're going to run a whole play set of torrential Gearhulks. Coming in at $16.99 in paper and about $15 online. It's one of the most expensive cards going to be in the deck. But you're going to need them. They are a necessity. They are the best Gearhulk overall as far as playability and as far as being played. So you're going to run 4 torrential Gearhulks. Then you're going to have 3 noxious Gearhulks. The black Gearhulk, when it enters the battlefield, you can destroy target creature. You gain life equal to its power. It's going to come in about $1 online and right at $3 for paper. Not one of the better Gearhulks. Well, not one of the ones that's seen a lot of play. Still a good Gearhulk for what we're going to be doing with it. 2 combustible Gearhulks. The red Gearhulk. The black Gearhulk, Noxious Gearhulk, also has Menace. The red Gearhulk, combustible Gearhulk, is going to come in with First Strike, and also you can either draw 3 cards, or you can put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard, and it deals damage to the opponent equal to the converted mana cost. Your opponent gets to make that decision on whether you draw the cards or you put them in your graveyard. It's 78 cents online, $2.41 for paper, so not real expensive. Not one of the ones that's seen a lot of play either, but I think in this deck it can do a lot of things. It makes a good blocker. First Strike really helps out a lot, so it'll see a lot of play. It sees play for this deck. And that's it for the creatures in this deck. So you've got 9 creatures, all Gearhulks in this deck, and they are very expensive creatures to cast. So we're going to have to build some time up to actually have time to be able to cast those creatures. It runs 4 Saheeli Ray. Yeah, another deck with Saheeli. 4 copies, a full playset. And only because, you get the +1 scry, deal 1 damage to your opponent, which is fine. But the minus ability, it lets you copy an artifact. And it gains haste to end a turn. You can copy any of these Gearhulks that are already in play, and they get to enter the battlefield trigger again. So if you have a Noxious Gearhulk on the battlefield, you copy the Gearhulk, you kill another creature, you gain life. You copy the combustible Gearhulk, you either draw 3 cards or you deal damage to the opponent. Torrential Gearhulk, of course, you copy it, you get to cast an instant from your graveyard. Also, if you're able to get her up to her ultimate, you can search your library for one of each Gearhulk, put them in play. And you get because they're in the battlefield triggers, they're not cast triggers. So you'll get their battlefield triggers for all 3 Gearhulks at the same time. So we're going to run 4 of those. They're 3 costs. They're going to be a target. And of course, turn 3, they see Saheeli Ray. They're going to think they're playing the combo, but you're not playing the combo. So 4 Saheeli Rays, and those are the only planeswalkers in the deck. So now for the spells, instants and sorceries, enchantments, things like that. Of course, with the deck, with the monsters being this big, the creatures being this big, you need time to set this up. So we're going to run 3 Disallow. Coming in at 81 cents online, $5.02 in paper. It's a little bit more of an expensive 3-cost counterspell, but anything playing blue is using it. You're going to run 3 Grasp of Darkness. They're 4 cents online and $1.79 for paper. Black and a black. Target creature gets -4/-4 at instant speed. 3 Murder for 2 black and a colorless. They're a penny online. They're 24 cents in paper. Destroy target creature at instant speed. We're going to run 3 Glimmer of Genius at 4 cents online, 60 cents in paper. 4 cost instants. Scry 2, draw 2. You get 2 energy. 4 Anticipate at 3 cents online, 17 cents For paper, it's a blue and a colorless. Instant speed, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one in your hand. Put the other 2 on the bottom of your library in any order. And then we're going to run 4 shock. 1 cost, 1 red, instant speed, deal 2 damage to target creature or player. It's 3 cents online, 17 cents in paper. And that is it for instants and sorceries. And you see that we're not running any sorceries. With a combo heavy meta that we're in, you don't really want a lot of sorcery speed removal. You want to be able to kill that the Felidar Guardian. You want to be able to kill it as quickly as you can before they're able to combo off. You want to be able to kill other creatures before other things can happen. So sorcery speed removal right now is just it's not really what we want. With the vehicles, you want to be able to do it in instant speed, because if you can't do it on their turn, then you can't kill them. So all of our removals in instant speed. Now for our lands, we're running 27 lands, and yeah, I know that's a lot, but you'll be able to filter them out with the Glimmer of Genius and the Anticipate, and you're going to need a lot of land pretty quick. One, it's kind of a control deck with the counters and the kill spells, but also because all your creatures are very high cost, so you don't really want to be sitting there on 3 lands not being able to do anything with 3, 5, and 6 cost creatures in your hand. So we're going to run 4 Aether Hub to help with our mana fixing. They come in at 19 cents online and $2.61 in paper. 4 Sunken Hollows at 96 cents online, $3.75 paper. That's the blue, black. If you control 2 basics, it enters battlefield untapped. If not, it enters battlefield tapped. 4 Smoldering Marsh at $1.25 online and $3.39 in paper. That's the red, black that enters the battlefield tapped and lets you control 2 basics. 2 Choked Estuary. It's the blue, black, enters the battlefield tapped unless you reveal a island or swamp. It is 59 cents online and $2.42 in paper. 2 Foreboding Ruins is the red-black, enters the battlefield tapped unless you reveal a mountain or swamp. It comes in at 93 cents and $2.84 in paper. And then 3 Swamps, 4 Mountains, and 4 Islands to even out the 27 land base that we're running. Now, like I said, you think 27 lands is a lot, but when you're playing a control deck, you're going to be playing a lot of tap go at first until you can kind of establish yourself. You're going to need the counter spells early. You're going to need the kill spells early. You're going to need the lands early to build up to your bigger mana base that you need for these creatures. But once you get your lands down, you're kind of going to take over the game with flashing in your Torrential Gearhulk and playing 1 Noxious Gearhulk to copy the Gearhulk with your Saheeli Ray, or playing the Combustible Gearhulk to draw 3 cards and then copying it and then attacking for 6 with First Strike. So I think this deck is going to do really good. For your sideboard, we're going to run 4 Fatal Push. They're $1.72 online, $5.52 paper, pretty expensive uncommon. 1 cost black, destroy target creature. Mana cost 2 or less with Revolt. If a permanent you control left the battlefield, Revolt will trigger, and you can destroy a creature 4 mana cost or less. We're going to run 2 Kalitas, Trader of Get. That comes in at $16.09 for online price and $19.23 paper. Of course, you know he's 2 black, 2 colorless. He's a 3/4 with lifelink. He also says if a non-token creature would that you don't control, non-token creatures that your opponent control dies, exile it instead of putting it into the graveyard, and you get a 2/2 zombie. And then for a swamp and 2 colorless, you can sack a zombie and put 2 +1/+1 counters on Kalitas. This works really good to fuel our Revolt. If they play like a 4 cost and you've got Kalitas on the battlefield with the zombie, you can pay the 3, sack the zombie, and then pay 1 to kill the 4 cost creature because of your Revolt. Also, the only other real expensive card in the deck is Kalitas. It's going to run 3 Negate, blue and a colorless, counter target non-creature spell. Comes in at about 4 cents online, 14 cents for paper. 2 Dispel, 1 blue, target instant, counter target instant. It's 12 cents online, 20 cents in paper. 2 Void Shatters, which is 2 blue and a colorless. Counter target spell. If you counter spell this way, you exile it instead of it going to the graveyard. It comes in at 22 cents online and $1.10 in paper. And then we're going to run 2 to the Slaughter. That's going to help us with the hexproof hexproof creatures and give us a little bit of help with planeswalkers once they enter the battlefield, because this deck is going to be weak against planeswalkers once they resolve if we have no creatures out. I mean, we have our negates in the sideboard, we have our counter spells, but we're not going to run the sorcery speed Ruinous Path just because that's not what this deck is doing. This deck wants to put instant speed stuff on the board and wants to be able to react at instant speed. So the Ruinous Path is just too slow. Now, I know there's things like Gideon and there's Chandra and there's Nissa, but we have to deal with those the best way we can, and doing it with the negate and the counter spells and with the To the Slaughter and eventually attacking with our creatures is how we're going to have to handle it. To the Slaughter is 1 black, 2 colorless. Target opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. If you have Delirium, which is 4 or more card types in your graveyard, they do 1 of each. And it comes in at 5 cents online and $1.09 in paper. And that's going to round out the entire deck. Now, the whole deck online comes up to $150 for MTGO prices. And for paper prices, it comes up to $266.55. And these prices are from mtggoldfish.com. You can go check them out. They have deck techs and videos and different articles about cards and things like that. So, yeah, Torrential Gearhulk, Noxious Gearhulk, Combustible Gearhulk, Grixis Gearhulks is the deck tech for the day. I hope you like it. Leave some comments in the bottom. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel about the deck. If you have some things that you would tweak, some things that you would change around, pull out altogether, replace, put that in the comments below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Tell people about what we got going on. This is a new channel. We're trying to get big, trying to get started. And I hope you really enjoyed the video today. I enjoy making it, and I enjoy doing the research, finding everything out, finding out these prices. So, with that being said, hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see you next time.